In this video, I want to explain why, as a high-value person, you should not go on the first day having a dinner. And this is a little bit counterintuitive, both for women and men. So I think it's important to talk about it. I will share also like my experience, but I'm also curious like what you think. So make yourself cozy. Let's have a short chat and let's have some coffee together, cheers. The thing is that being a high value woman, it means you value your time. Time is the most important resource you have, because this is the only resource you cannot pay for. Even if you have a lot of money, it doesn't help. So if some guy you've never met invites you for a dinner, it will probably mean that if it's a nice restaurant, it will probably mean that you're going to spend at least 2, probably 3 hours together. So imagine you're going on a date with somebody you've never met, and then you have to spend the whole evening with this person. And very often when you meet somebody first time, you already feel like in the very first moment, or at least within half an hour, you get a feeling. I'm looking at a nice view here. I will try to show you later. Let's see if it works. Anyway, very often, first seconds or first half an hour, you already can get a feeling if this person is somebody you want to continue the conversation or not. And in some cases, it will be yes, you would like to continue, but still in quite many cases, it will be like, no, it's not my person. I know for sure. I can tell already now. Yeah. So why to waste the whole evening in this uncomfortable position of being, the guy, maybe he's a good guy, so he's trying his best, getting the best restaurant in town and really investing into this event on all levels, emotionally, financially. And you are sitting there and just being bored and thinking like, there's no point in this, First of all, for yourself and for the guy. If you are a high value woman, you don't want to put yourself into situations which are emotionally uncomfortable. You should always set the boundaries in the way that you can leave the situation if it doesn't feel like it's valuable, it's worth it. And it's not worth it, being nice and smiling to a guy you don't care, you don't even like, or maybe you don't like at all. So, and also it's not fair towards the guy who is maybe really meaning it, really he likes you, and the more he spends time with you, the more he likes you, and he's really invested, and he's hoping for the continuation of this event, this or that way, and then you are already like kind of cheating on him, in the way that for sure this is not your person. For sure you don't want anything to do with this guy, but you are still kind of like pretending it, It's not fair. It's not for the guy, yeah, and also for you, because you're wasting your time. You're putting yourself in an uncomfortable position. You can, So that's the reason why going on the first date for a dinner is a risky business. You don't want to do it. Oh, I have some train track going on there. I don't know if you can hear. I think I closed the window for a second to make it a bit more cozy here, more comfortable. not too much noise from the outside. So what then will you do instead for the first date if you're a high value woman? Well, it should be something short. It should be like maximum 1 hour. So you can meet somewhere in the city for a short, basically coffee. You can grab whatever you like hot chocolate or a cocktail. I mean, something non-alcoholic, I mean. And it should be daytime. It should not be evening time, because if you go for a cocktail in the evening, you can, the guy might have some expectations for the evening, which you don't mean, for sure, if you are a high value woman and it's your first date. So not the evening. The best is somehow, if it's a weekend, it can be like late even breakfast time for a coffee, or maximum a breakfast, because breakfast never takes longer than 1 hour. Yeah. So it's easy, it's usually quick, and it's not so much investment from like time-wise and financial-wise, also for the guy. So it's much more fair, so to say. And it's also, it's not so much time. But the best solution, I mean, if he insists on eating together, then breakfast would be like late breakfast, like a brunch or lunch, could be something. But this is max. Better just coffee, and like in my case, I love nature. Like now I'm sitting and looking at the sea. Just go to some seaside or some park. Like in my case, this is what I would do, because I like beautiful nature. And even the meeting would be not nice, even in this case, at least you had a nice walk in the nature, So both of you had some nice, healthy time, even if you don't like the guy. Like if for a first second, okay, it's not my person, but at least we can have a nice, walk with a stranger, half an hour walk. And then if it's a walk already half an hour, it feels like it's being something going on because you've been moving around, and it's totally fine. Then it's half an hour. Okay, you drink some coffee somewhere max, and then you say, okay, I still have to do a lot this day. And also beforehand, it's important that you inform the guy that you have some time, but not much. So that he already has expectations that this would be like a short kind of meeting where you can kind of like get a taste from each other to know if you actually want to spend more time and invest more into each other. And if you are a guy and you had half an hour with a woman, one thing, if you go with a guy somewhere in the park or to the beach, make sure it's not, it should be a public place. It should not be like, it should be a place where there are many people, and it's not some nude beach, It should be like very decent, and you should not go swimming on your first date, Don't undress on the first date or something. Really, don't do that. Even if you like swimming, like I really do swimming. Yeah. It's so beautiful here. Anyway, so make sure, because if you go to the woods with a stranger, this is not good. It's, it can even be very dangerous. So this is not what I'm saying, but public park or like forest area where there are many people walking around, or some seaside area with cafes where you can drink a coffee or something. This would be something appropriate, and then you have spent some nice time, maybe with a stranger, somebody you will never meet again, but you didn't waste much of his time, you didn't waste much of your time, and it's fair for both of you. Yeah, it's respectful, it's okay. And then when you say bye and the guy understands, okay, yeah, she doesn't really want me, or he feels I don't really want her, then it's totally fair meeting and everybody has a good feeling about it. But if the guy, arranged a nice dinner and you like leave in the middle of the dinner, or you stay till the end but it was miserable, this is not fair. And also, actually, if a woman insists on having a dinner for the first time you meet, it probably means it's a kind of a cheap kind of woman. It's not a high value woman, yeah, that insists on having a nice dinner, because high value women, they don't want to waste their time like this. And if the woman is insisting on something particular, maybe she's more interested into food than into the guy. So it can also be like it's not a good idea if she insists, because it should be the guy, inviting, offering. A woman cannot insist on any financial investment from the guy on the first date they meet. So it should be coming from the guy anyway. And usually it's a nice gesture for a guy to invest a little bit in the first date, buy some drinks or something like that. It's a good gesture and it's good to do, because a high value woman also would expect some kind of attention, in a masculine way. But a high value woman will not insist, and it's counterintuitive also for women. Some women think, oh, I want to, but usually those women are not really high valued, but they think, oh, I want to pretend to be high value, so I want to insist on an expensive restaurant right away. This can also be, but this is a sign of low value, actually, because how can you insist on an expensive restaurant from a person who has never met you? This is strange. And there are even women who don't care about guys, they only care about food and going to some expensive restaurant because I don't know what, because they cannot afford it or something. But again, this is not the woman interested in you, guys. But I also want to hear from you guys, actually. What do you think? Like, what was your experience? Did you have dates, like first dates, and invited a woman for dinner? Or did she insist on having a dinner in a nice restaurant? What was the outcome? Like, was it a nice relationship going on afterwards? Or what was it all about? And if you're a high value woman, when you go for a first date, you're going to check if this is somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with. And if you know it's not, then there is no need to stay any longer than half an hour, even if it's a nice guy. So then you say goodbye, you thank the guy for the time and wish him all the best, and that's it. Because a high value woman only will be looking for a man of her life, somebody she wants to spend the rest of her life with. And if the woman is looking for something like for a one night or something, then she is like either damaged or brainwashed by society. So this is also not high value. Women, high value women are not interested in this, from my point of view. Because high value women are not women who have money and behave like men. No. High value women are women who value their time, who value, who are looking for a real relationship in their life, who want to bring value also to her, you know, future husband and so on, who want to take care of him, who wants to, you know, be a mature, free on different levels. Free in a way that she can take care of herself on emotional level, financial level, all kinds of levels. But to make her and his, you know, life more complete, more happy and so on, then she would love to have a woman, a man next to him. What am I talking about? I'm getting tired. She wants to have a man next to every feminine woman needs a masculine man next to her. That's it. And if she didn't have children, she probably also wants to have children with him. So a high-value woman would only spend her time with a guy she thinks that it could be him. But not just wasting her life in restaurants with some dudes, you know, just, I don't know why. I hope this video was useful for me. I closed the window, now I cannot breathe. I guess my brain is not working anymore. What's going on here? Anyway, but I need some air for my brain, otherwise I cannot talk properly. So if you found this video useful, make sure you give it a thumbs up, you know, and also if you are interested in continuing conversations with me on this channel where we talk about building freedom in life, you know, becoming the best version of yourself, being high value, then consider subscribing to this channel and let me know in the comments what you think about this topic. Yeah? As a guy or as a woman, I'm very curious. I'm just sharing my understanding, and I'm sure that you might have a different opinion, or maybe you agree. Let's see. So if you subscribe, then I will see you in the next video.